like you to hit the like button at the beginning because every time you hit the like button, you are letting YouTube know that what you are seeing and hearing is edifying for you so it can be shared with others. That's why hitting the like button is so important. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to the channel.
It had to happen. Your title was so powerful. When I read the name of your ministry, it had to happen.
Let's welcome our host, Erica Wilson.
Great day, everyone. We're here live today with the girl, Erica Wilson, that it had to happen for our Monday Night Madness, and that is with Mothers of Motivated Sons. Let me go ahead and bring in my sissy, Mrs. Sandra Perryman. Welcome back, sissy. Welcome.
Hey, hello, everyone. Hello.
Oh my God, I think we have our guest in the building, but it looks like her camera is not working. But before we dive into that, sissy, I'm talking about I held you down last week, girl. I held you down. Yes, I did.
Thank you.
You're so welcome, but you know you were truly missed. However, under the circumstances, I truly do understand. But it's so great to have you back with us on today.
I'm glad to be back.
All right. So, sissy, if you can, before we go ahead and we jump into this topic on how to communicate effectively, we have this amazing event that's getting ready to come up in September, guys, and everything is just falling right in place. How excited are you about that?
I'm very, very excited because we're traveling to Duval.
All right. I got to say it right for her, y'all.
Yeah, you say it right for me.
Let me get it right. Duval. That's all right. Come on, sissy. Tell us all about our beautiful guests on tonight.
Okay, tonight we're going to be talking about effective communication. Effective communication is the skill that can make or break your relationships, your career, and even your overall happiness. First of all, active listening is the key. That means really paying attention to what the other person is saying and asking questions to show you're engaged. Next, be mindful of your body language. Smile, make eye contact, and use your arms to show you're open and approachable. When it comes to speaking, be clear, concise, and respectful. Use I statements to express your feelings and avoid making assumptions. Finally, remember to give and receive feedback. It's a two-way street, so be open to hearing what others have to say. That's it for today, folks. I hope these tips help you become a more effective communicator. Remember, communication is a skill that can be learned and improved upon. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to submit and subscribe. For more content. Until next time, keep communicating.
All right. How to communicate effectively with the beautiful Coach Labrena Coleman. So let me introduce to some. I said that so backwards, but I'm going to introduce to some and present to others the beautiful Coach Labrena Coleman. Welcome, 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 Queen.
Hello. Thank you all for having me.
Oh,
Hello.
it's such a pleasure to get you on. I see, the internet tried to have its way, but we knew that we was going to get through this show on tonight. And this is such a great show. So that is my sister Sandra Perryman Labrena, and I'm Erica and Keisha. Shouts out to you, KJ, for getting
Yes.
Miss Labrena on.
Thank you.
But if you can, Miss Labrena, tell us all about who's Coach Coleman.
Yes, I am Coach Coleman, also known as Labrena. I am from a small town called Clewiston, and because of that place, it installed some morals and principles within myself. And it's been my journey, my mission to expand those morals and those principles to others throughout the states, throughout the nation. I went to school at UCF and graduated with my bachelor's degree in psychology. And then I went to Barry University and got my master's in social work. I've been a social worker for 7 years. And with that being said, I moved back home to my community to give back to my community and pour into them as a teacher in high school. And as a teacher in that high school setting, I saw something that I like to refer to as in filling in the gaps of if you're a single parent, sometimes you may not have that extra time to check in on your child, make sure they're doing their homework, are they okay? Because you're working all the time, you're a single parent. And sometimes it may be two parents in the household, and it's still kind of hard, especially if you have 5 or 7 kids to manage and it's only one you. So I saw the need. And with that being said, we created something called Her Movement, which is a youth mentoring program. And that has expanded since the pandemic. We went virtual and now we're nationwide. And we mentor virtually to teenagers from age 13 through 24, teaching them the basic life skills. Do you want to go to college? Do you want to start a career? What does that look like? Do you want to talk to someone for advice? Because maybe you have friends, but sometimes friends do not give the best advice. That's what we are here for. And with that being said, we have chapters in Florida, California, Chicago, and some of our volunteers are from Utah, Nigeria, all over. It's virtual. We're trying to be nationwide here, okay? And with that being said, so we're helping the teenagers, but sometimes the parents need help too. The parents need an outlet as well. So I then became a life coach so that I can help those parents on the side as well. And we have free events, a support group called Fearless Healing that we meet once a month, the first Tuesday. And you get to express, oh, what are you going through? It's been stressful. I need help here. Let's share resources. Let's create this sisterhood no matter where you are. And it's just a check-in for 30 minutes once a month. And if you want in a group, we just all share encouraging words throughout the month, throughout the years. We do a lot.
Oh my gosh, Miss Coach Coleman, that is a lot. But the thing is, I love to hear that you're going, a seasoned women. I don't like to say older. I like to say a seasoned women reaching back down, helping the younger women. Because I'm telling you, I just sent Kay a video this morning of a young lady. It literally broke my heart. Like literally broke my heart. And she was being really, I would say, from the very person that you don't think you would hear those kind of things from, her mother like was really talking to her very rough. So maybe once we do find her, because we're going to find her, we can definitely direct her over to your program. But it ties into what we're talking about here tonight too, how to communicate effectively. And we know, I mean, my sister, she's an educator, but I'm telling you one thing, teenage girls, we all know how that goes.
Yes.
You try to find yourself and things like that. So I can say salute to you, Queen Sissy. Go ahead.
Yes, that's a lot. So I have a question, but you basically just went over everything and answered one of my questions. So if a child approach you, I was in your group, and they were having a situation, but they didn't want their parents to know. But whatever it is that they were going through, you feel as a coach that it's a serious matter, and that their parents would, you feel that they need to know. How would you handle that, or how would you approach that in communicating? Because I don't know, like, if you're counseling the child, is it confidential? Is it just between you and the coaches and the student, or is it you can express
So what
their
we do
concern?
is in the very, very beginning, we explain that portion.
Mhm,
When you sign consent forms,
mhm,
you're giving us consent to talk to the child.
mhm.
We try not to build that bond without receiving that consent. And we
Right.
also have the child sign a consent. We will keep things confidential, but if it's causing harm to yourself or anyone else, we will disclose this information to your parents. And we remind them throughout the times of conversations. Is it okay for us to share this with your parents, or do you want us to keep this to ourselves? Because we do check in with the parents every quarter just to give them an update. What have we been talking about? What's going on? Hey, we noticed she used to have an A in science. She has dropped down to a C. What's going? We do check-ins. So with that being to answer your question with the child, if they say, no, I don't want to tell my mom or my dad yet, we encourage them the utmost to have that conversation. Let's role play with each other to help you be comfortable to have that conversation. And I guess it ties back into our topic of how to communicate, because
Yeah.
usually that's the problem. They just don't know how to communicate what they're going through, or they think their parents will be extremely upset and mad, and we'll even step in and say, hey, do you want to have this conversation with your parent with us in the room as well, to make it easier to facilitate that conversation? So that's what we do here. We try to help navigate that situation and guide them the best way possible.
Now, my thing would be piggybacking off of Sissy, would be what happened if the problem is at home?
And
What?
that's why we encourage the parents to join that support group.
No, no.
Or
What I'm saying is, what happened if the child is experiencing the problem at home with the parents? How would you handle it from then? Because if that child is telling you something and maybe not being as upfront as they should be, however, if you take the problem back to the home where the problem actually
Mhm.
lies, it can actually put that child in danger. You
Mhm.
see?
Yes, every situation is different, so it it depends on the situation. If it's extremely danger, where we're all mandated reporters as citizens. So if it is that serious, we will have to report it to
Yeah.
the appropriate, if it's DCF or 911, a police officer, whatever the case may be. If it's mandatory, we're all are mandated reporters as a citizen. So we will have to report it in that sense. If it's not that serious, and we just sense that, hey, something may be going on, that's when we try to have that conversation with the parent, not involving that the child said anything, just, hey, we have noticed,
Yeah.
just to see, is it a red flag? What's really going on?
Hmm. Well, first of all, I have to say to you, because I know about Clewiston. See, I don't know if you know about Clewiston. Uh, so I know it's such a small town, and that's where Kay is from. So shouts out to Clewiston in the building, okay? We had a guy that was on here. He was from Clewiston, but however, he was raised in Belgrade where they chased the rabbits, right?
Yes.
So I know you know about that rabbit chasing, right? Oh my God, it's so awesome. But the thing is, what I wanted to ask. So now you have these young ladies in your care, right?
Mhm.
How do you stop yourself from getting attached? Because I know sometimes, like it could be some little fake that come along, But how do you stop yourself from getting attached?
To be honest, I'm still working on that, because they're all my babies who have came through the program. To some of them are 24, they're older now, and we don't talk every day, but we do check in. Hey, how's it been going? You have a baby now? How is that going? Do you need help? So the relationship is still there.
Okay.
And now it has gotten to the point where we've had one of our success stories. Some of our girls started their business while in high school. So they started early and now they're doing great. And we have upcoming freshmen, and I will reach out. You're still in Clewiston, your business is great. Do you mind mentoring someone who now wants to do the same thing you did? So I teach them to give back.
Yeah.
You went
That's
through the
gonna be my
program,
next
you're
question.
successful. Now it's your time. Give back.
Yeah.
Right.
So at 24, they age out.
24, they age out, and we just at that time, you're an adult now. So now you give back. You install what we installed in you with someone. If you don't have your own child, install in someone else. So that's what we still try to promote. Just how to be a authentic person, a good person, and just to keep that continuous, that momentum going.
And that do fall under the lines of how to communicate effectively. So, what are some of the ways that you teach your girls? We're going to talk about, Sissy, you'll handle the parent. No, I want to handle the parent, Sissy. You handle the girl because you're an educator, right? So, what are some of the ways that you teach your parents to communicate? Because guess what? And I said this, we talked about this on a previous show. When you got a beating when you were younger, what the first thing did your parents tell you?
Oh yeah.
You
Not.
better
Oh
not
yeah.
cry, right?
Yes.
But you're
Yes.
crying. So why can't you cry? You're hurt. That's hurt when you're
Mhm.
beating me, right? So that's the thing right there. We're kind of putting them in the shell then. And
Mhm.
you said it at the beginning of the show. You said how sometimes a kid don't know how to communicate with the parent. Guess what? Even in two-parent homes, sometimes one parent or both parents may be working a whole lot. So the kid is basically trying to not really fend for themselves, but the parents are trying to make a living to take care of their family, right? So here it is, mom come home. Mom is really tired from work, but daughter or son has a question. We got sons on here, but it's okay. We daughter or son has a question, and mom just be like, could you just please give me a minute? Could you please give me a minute? That may put the child into a shell. Like you wasn't there when I needed to talk, because it could have been something very important. But the mother said, okay, like I just need my time. So what ways of communication are you teaching for the mothers?
With the moms, we really touch base on self-care a
Mm,
lot, because sometimes as moms or a single dad, you're so caught up in trying to put food on the table and provide and be superman or superwoman, you forget to have that self-care, to have that softness. And once you have that open, then you'll be more receptive to what we have to say, right? Because as adults, sometimes we don't like other people telling us what to do, how to run our household, what we're doing wrong. So the starting point is just to say, hey, are you doing self-care? What does that look like for you? Do you mind us having this conversation, to see if they're even there to have that conversation? Because some of us aren't there yet. So we meet them where they are. That's something I'm very heavy on, meeting a person where they are, because if they're not ready, it's
yeah,
not going to happen. You can say it, preach it all day, every day, but if they're not ready, it's going in one ear, not the other. They're not going to hear it.
that is so true. That is so true. Okay, Sissy, you take
And
on the kids.
that's the same thing as students, working with students. I like to use that word safe space
Mm-hmm.
a lot. We give them their safe space. I give them their safe space. Being a special education teacher, I encounter a lot of emotions with
Mm,
students. And like you said, if they're not ready to talk, they're not going to talk. So what I do, I approach the situation. We can sit in the room for 30 minutes just without saying anything. And then
right.
eventually I'll say, are you ready?
Wow.
Are you
Right.
ready? Whenever you're ready, I'll sit here just as long as you want to sit here. So you have to let them get comfortable, and then they'll begin to start talking. And then sometimes even when you're communicating with them, you just have to listen
Yep.
and not respond.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's so true. 'Cause, a lot of times as parents, well, even not just parents, the educators do it too. Or not just educators overall.
Mhm.
People listen to respond; they don't listen to hear. And a lot of
Mhm.
times when people come and talk with you, they don't want a response; they just want you to hear. Now, how would you handle a situation where, okay, I'm coming into your office, role play. I'm coming into your office, and I'm LaQuisha's mom, right?
Mhm.
And LaQuisha's really been giving me a hard time at home. So I'm coming to you, and I'm irate because I want to know what you're doing to my daughter. What are you telling my daughter to cause her to come home and act like this? Because sometimes we can't get the blame, right?
Mhm.
So what are you doing to my child to cause her to come home acting like this? How would you handle that?
So what I do is I'll show proof. We love to take videos. We love
Oh,
to take pictures because I can say anything
yeah.
and you still may not believe me. I can tell you the truth, but when I'm showing you, hey, this is what our sessions look like. This is our monthly meetings. We have it recorded. You can see what's going on. You can see the pictures. You can see, has her grades improved? Has it not? Show proof of what we're doing to back it up. For example, in the past, we've been in a newspaper. We've worked at Vacation Bibles or volunteered at Vacation Bible schools, things like that to show this is what we're doing. And then ask the parent, just have that conversation. Do you agree with where she's going? Do you agree what we're doing? Do you
No,
support
well, I
them?
don't agree, coach, because what I'm seeing at home, I'm not liking. And I really think it's coming from your group.
And what is it that you are seeing? What
I'm
are some
seeing
of the
the
things?
misbehavior. Like when she's coming home, she don't want to listen to anything. She just want to go in her room and close the door. I just don't know what's going on with my child right now. And it's every time she come home from this group. Please tell me what's going on.
Okay. And when she does go home and it looks like sounds like she's isolating herself at home, do you know or has she ever spoken of anything else that's happening outside?
Um,
Because
no, I
we can
can't
think
think of
about it
anything.
together and we both can figure out what is happening, what is going on. And if you like, the two of us can even sit down and have a conversation with her to see where is this going, what's taking place.
Love it. Love it. Love the grace. Love the
Yeah.
grace. I love the grace.
Now,
Because you can't get people to come in there like that, right?
Mhm.
So,
Yes, yes, I've experienced.
oh,
so
okay,
piggybacking off of that scenario, how would you handle a situation where a child just does not have any motivation,
oh,
I
any
give them
motivation to
time.
do to do anything? They'll do what you ask them to do, but outside of that, it's just nothing. They don't want to do anything. They want to do is just be on the electronics,
yeah.
on their cell phone, and listen to music. How
We
would
have
you?
we have a few of those. Most of them they either start off that way where they don't have much motivation, they're shy, they're timid, or either they're over the top, they're considered a quote unquote bad kid. Those are the two we normally have in the program. So the ones who are shy, who's always on their phone, we just present things that they like. What you're into your phone, social media. Okay, let's have you in charge of our Instagram page. Let's have you in charge of the
Awesome.
Facebook page. So now we're also teaching a skill with
Yeah,
something that you like,
yeah.
Right.
because like I said, we meet you where you are.
Mm,
Mhm.
And we try to do that with each child. So one is one she loves to talk a lot. She wants to be a lawyer. So we have a lawyer, her talk and shadow with the lawyer every now and then. So you can see what that looks like. Is that something you want to do as a career? Because you like to argue. You like to and
debate.
she has the facts. It's not just talking. She has the facts to back it up.
Oh,
So that's some of the things we do with the ones who are a bit timid or not as motivated. We try to figure out what is it that you like, where is this going, and we just let them branch from there. That's why I really love working with them when they're in the ninth grade, so that we can allow them to grow with us.
yeah,
Right.
that is awesome.
Okay.
So what is the we're big on education over here.
Mhm.
So what, how can I say it? What is the ceiling that they have to be at? Because see, we now the C's wasn't coming in my house,
Mhm.
or you don't get to do whatever you needed to do, right? So what is the cap for your girls to, like, say for instance, one bring in straight D's? What are the consequences? Do they get, is there any consequences that happens, or how does that go? Do you just
Not, I wouldn't say consequences, but we talk to them. We encourage them all around the clock. Are you going to tutoring? Do you like this subject? Is it the teacher? What we try to figure out, what is it going that's not clicking? Because we promote C's or higher, but some people school doesn't click for them. Sometimes they may be autistic. You don't know what's going on, and then a lot of our girls are diagnosed with a mental health illness. So it is different for each child. But for like the girl I said who she likes to talk a lot, and no, A is only for you. You're capable. We know you are capable.
Right.
So if
yeah,
you get a C, we're on top of you.
that's my
But
thing, like
for the
if
one
you know.
who may have that mental illness or a delay, we can work with you. But if we know you're capable, oh yeah, that's not acceptable.
So my
And how
thing,
would you motivate? How would you motivate one that has
Um,
a disability?
one that has a disability, just surrounding them, letting them know it's okay. Because sometimes they're ashamed, and that's why they don't try to answer questions in class.
right,
When I was a teacher, I had this one child. She would literally come to the desk, Miss Coleman, I'm on the 305 plan, 504 plan. I need extra time. But then you have some kids, they will not tell you I need extra time. They will not tell you it's on my plan to listen to music while I work. So we have those conversations, and it's really bringing them to awareness, making
yeah,
them feel comfortable with advocating for themselves, because you don't have to do it in an aggressive way. It's just literally having a conversation, that communication part. It all goes back to communication, right?
And how you
always
communicate?
always,
And how you
always.
communicate.
But see, that's the thing. Like and I think a lot of times, more so now than ever, a lot of the kids are being diagnosed with something. They're being labeled, just because they may have what you call it, a temper, you
Hmm.
know, and some of them could be correct, But the thing is, a lot of times when the kids are acting out, they're crying out for attention, and you have to know when you see that. But my sister, she is in the field of, we was just talking about it today, and it's just so funny how God works. You just
Yeah.
put it right on up. So,
Yeah.
I'm
Just talking
learning,
about it.
I'm learning.
504s.
Yeah. And it's
Mhm.
just, again, it goes back, like you said, to the communication part. But the kid that's afraid to say, oh, I may need more time or this, that, and other. How do you deal with the mean girls? Because we know each clique has a mean girl. We
Mhm.
definitely know that. So when the mean girl shows up for the kid that may be a little timid, how
Hmm.
do you uh deal with the two? How do you put them together and kind of like to get it to ease to the one that's timid, because she'll never come out her shell if she's dealing with the mean girl all the time, or the bully. There you go, or the
I don't
bully.
know. I don't know if this sounds weird or not, but I've done it and it has worked. I put the mean girl. I said, you're a leader. You
Mm,
have leadership qualities. I need you to be a leader to these other girls underneath you. I gave her responsibilities,
see,
Mhm.
and I told her they're looking up to you. But if you are mean, you're a big sister and you're mean to them, what role are you? I just put it back on her. I just
Mhm.
put
okay,
it back on her and give her those responsibilities. Because
wow,
9 times out of 10, you're seeking for help. That mean girl is seeking for help too.
yep,
So I put the responsibilities on her, and because she's that mean girl, that means she's voicing her opinion. She's not afraid to talk to me. Tell me what's going on, because I know you can speak it. I know you can voice what's happening, what's
Mhm.
going on. And now
mm-hmm.
you're in a role where you can speak for these other girls too. So I try to turn a lot of things into a teaching lesson.
Good.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm loving this. This is Coach Coleman, y'all. Straight
Yes.
up out of Lewiston, Florida, y'all.
Yes.
But then she has some great, great tips.
Yeah.
The name of her program is
Her movement.
Her Movement. Tell us how one can
Awesome.
get in contact with you or maybe send some kids over your way. Because trust me, listen, you dealing with some of us when we was young girls. And we,
Mhm.
Yes.
I cannot stress enough,
Yeah.
especially in the early part, the 13, the teen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're trying to find ourselves and
Mhm.
Exactly.
we
And we
go.
want them to find themselves the right way.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
we have, or someone that's under the sound of our voice may have a team that they know and can shoot them your way. Like the young lady, we're gonna find her because what I
Mhm.
did not, I'm telling you, it broke my heart to hear what was transpiring on a video that she was recording. Her mom had some alcoholic issues, and the things she said to her was like, oh my, it would break anybody. Well,
Mhm.
it would break somebody. Just put it like that to hear
Mhm.
that coming from your mother,
Yeah.
But if one want to send kids over your way or a young adult, because you take them up to age 24, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Tell us how we could do so.
Just going on the website, her movement MOVEMENT, the number 63.org. And on that website is a referral form for anyone who wants to sign up their teenager or refer a teenager. There's also a form if you want to volunteer and become a mentor, join a team, help us help the girls. If you just want to donate and sponsor a girl or participate in our single parents gala that we have coming up, uh,
Hmm,
everything is on that website.
awesome. When is the gala?
November 2nd in Orlando, Florida.
I might have to peep my head in there.
Okay. I
Is
would
it
love to
just for
have.
girls? Is your
No, and
movement just
her
oh,
movement, because of the name, it's an acronym. The acronym is really healing every repression. It just so happened to stands for her.
okay.
And it's open for both males and girls. We don't discriminate at all.
Okay.
Um, so yes, it's open to boys and girls. We've had 2 boys in the past join the program.
Wow, that's
Yes.
Okay.
awesome. So tell me why you're so big on single moms that you're having a single mom gala.
It's actually for single parents, whether it's a single mom,
Oh,
single
single,
dad, a grandparent raising a child. If you've adopted the child, you're still a parent. You're
right.
still taking on those responsibilities. So it's for anyone. And even if you're not a single parent and you want to come participate, you're still welcome to participate because the funds are going towards the girls in the program, and
Mhm.
then the moms who actually there, we're going to give you your flowers and just honor you in that present moment.
Wow. That is awesome.
Awesome.
Man, that is
Awesome.
so awesome. So are you a 501c3?
Yes.
So
Yes.
make sure you always say your tax-free donation because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
gonna bring them on in.
You can write this off.
Right? You
Awesome.
know,
Awesome.
hey, that is so
Okay.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
So guys, if you're in the Orlando area, November 2nd, tell us about this event and how much this event costs.
Right now, the event is $75, and that provides your dinner. There will be an art gallery for those of you who are into art. If you want to purchase art or if you want to present your art, you're welcome to do so. We're also putting on a fashion show along with it. We want to give you, have a good time, a good, clean way, and
All
just honor the
right.
moms. Like, come out, enjoy, bring your daughters. It's going to be very nice. You get to dress up, look well, take pictures, and anyone who wants to be a sponsor, your logo will be on the banner. We'll promote you throughout that night, throughout the entire year, actually. And it depends on what you sign up for. If you want to be a sponsor, you get a special VIP table. We try to make it a win-win situation for everyone.
Right. Okay, so you have this event November 2nd. Yeah, let me come slide in the fashion. Listen, I was just saying that, girl, you better put me in that fashion. Nah, let me get grandma and cake, girl. Stop. Ma, if you listen there, please don't listen to Kay because you already know.
Please
But
don't.
that is so awesome. And look at how much her tickets is, sissy, $75.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and the thing is, you're doing such a great deed, right?
Mhm.
And this is going back into your program. So it's a
Yes.
fundraiser, y'all. It is
Yes.
a fundraiser. However, do you have any vendor spots open? Girl, come on, we're trying to get you the money. Just come on and
Yes, yes, yes. We do have vendor spots, especially we're trying to make it elegant. So that's why we have the art gallery. So when you walk in, you'll have the art gallery on both your left and right, get to see the art. You have the fashion show. Anyone who is a designer, you want your designs displayed to be in the fashion show, this is your opportunity. Anyone who is in the art industry and you want your work displayed, this is your opportunity. Anyone who is a sponsor, have a small business, you can purchase an ad to be in our booklet.
Mhm.
This is your opportunity. Also, if you want to be a sponsor, we we promote daily on all our social media platforms, on our shirts, on our banners. And remember, you'll be promoted in Florida, Chicago, California as well. So it's virtual, it's worldwide. It's
Yeah,
really
that
worldwide.
is so awesome. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this: what do your sponsorships look like? We need to know this because people might be on here ready to sponsor.
Yes, sponsorships, it depends. You can do the purple package or the gold package. Sponsorship as less as 1,000, and if you do 3,000 or more, you get the complete VIP package. The complete VIP package is promo throughout the entire year on all our platforms, every event that we have, because we'll also be having a Fry Boys Awareness Gala 2025 in Georgia, so you'll become a part of the family
Wow.
for at least a year. And with that being said, you'll also receive quarterly updates, what's going on. You'll have a say so in our next event with our helping our girls. We want your voice to be heard as well. If you're pouring into us, we want to pour back into you and your business.
That is so awesome. Sissy, you see
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah.
that? Amazing.
Awesome.
Y'all see
Awesome.
this young black entrepreneur, young lady, this queen
Awesome.
here doing some great things with the
Yeah.
her movement. Kay, I'm telling Kay, it's a win-win right here. I'm loving what she's doing. So Kay, thank you. Kay, do a lot of soliciting for us, Sissy, for people to come on the show. So thank you so much, Labrena. This is not the end of the show though, but I do have to thank you for accepting the invitation to come on in and share everything, these amazing things that you have going on, right? And I
I'm
see that your
grateful.
sister had chimed in earlier, and I want to just go ahead and put her comment up. But I also want you to go ahead and greet the viewers, Miss Coleman, because you have quite a few that's on here.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for staying tuned and seeing everything that we're doing, seeing our vision, and supporting the mission along the way. And if you have not began to support the mission, it's not too late. You can always support the mission. We're here to stay. We've been up and running since 2019. Help
Woo!
us continue this mission throughout the years. Help us expand. And you can easily do so by subscribing, by sharing the information, by referring someone, or if you like, you can just make donations. We do have one individual every month. She donates $20. It may not sound like a lot, but we do help our seniors with their college applications, their cap
Yeah.
and gowns. We just did 2 back to school drives in Chicago. So though it may seem little to you, but it means a lot to our
Mm.
girls.
Wow.
So no amount is too
This
small or too
one.
big. The
Yeah.
Yeah.
help is just needed. You know, these are our future leaders. They're definitely our future leaders. Um, but this is so amazing. The
It
things
is.
like I said that you're doing, how to communicate effectively. I mean, it just tied all in. And my sissy and I, we was actually supposed to do this weeks ago. So I told Sissy, I said, you know what? We're gonna give her the topic, and look how it just that's not. That
It
is
worked
Mhm.
out.
Yeah,
yeah,
it did. It
right.
did.
Because sister, you also talked about how sometimes body language,
Mhm.
you can
Mhm.
tell what a person feel just by their body language. Some people
Yes.
can, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
And you being the educator, and if you saw someone that came into your classroom and you read their body language to see what ways, how would you approach them if you thought they needed to be approached? First of all, what way will you approach them?
Okay, again, being the type of students that I work with,
Yeah.
I write a note on a sticky note and just go by their desk and put it on their desk.
Hmm.
That's
And
nice.
again, depending on what the disability is, you can either put a happy face or you can put a sad face, and you
Wow.
put it on their desk, and then they'll eventually address the sticky note, and
Mm-hmm.
you just walk back by it later and see what they put, and then I write another sticky note. But how can we make it better?
Mm.
Do you want to talk about it?
Holy. So it's not always talking. You could communicate. There you go. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
by you being virtual, right,
Mhm.
Coach? By you being virtual, can you implement something like that? Maybe send a text or um yeah, send a text or inbox or whatever it may be. Just so one, because all of them are not in-house, right?
Correct. Correct.
So okay, so but in the ones that's in-house, can you implement something like that? Just
Yes. When we were brick and mortar, when we were in person, um, we would do something of the same where just to check in, like I noticed you're not as energetic today. You're not as talkative
Mhm.
today. Or you kind of isolate yourself away from the group. What's going on? Just, it our approach matters the most as well. Because they
yeah,
can
Mhm.
completely shut down or they can
yes.
open
Yes.
up.
Mhm.
That is so true. That is especially with if they're already dealing with something at home. Because
Mhm,
right now they're coming to you, like Sissy spoke about the safe space, right?
mhm,
They're coming into where they think that they're a safe space. And a lot of times we don't understand it's not what we say, it's how we say it, it's the deliverance. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Mhm.
You can mean well about what you're trying to say, but
mhm.
sometimes the receiver is not receiving it that way. So that's
Right.
why you have to use the spirit of discernment when you approach someone to
Yeah.
deliver something,
Yes.
because you want it to be wherein it's edifying and it's not pushing them back further, you know.
Because
And
it can flip.
yeah,
It can flip, especially when they're coming in. I didn't mean to cut you off,
no, that's
but
fine.
when you see their body language and you just ask verbally, "How are you?" They can snap. I don't want to be bothered, and then it
Mhm,
brings attention to the other students, and then you have to deal with the students whispering, and then
mhm,
it sets the student off even more because they'll be, "Shut up! Stop talking! Leave me
mhm.
alone!" So you have to know the student,
Yeah.
and you have to just sit there for a minute to see how you're going to approach the situation. So
Mm.
it depends.
Yep.
See, and that goes back to, I mean, it goes to learning one love language, right? But not so.
Hmm.
This here is learning one's communication level. You
Mhm,
see, you have to
Hmm.
know how to communicate with that person. Some, just say, sometimes I'm quite sure you have to be hard, coach. Like you have to show
mhm.
some tough love, right? But you have to know the ones that how to approach that
Yeah.
situation when you're
Yes.
showing that tough love.
Yeah.
And it's just so hard because women, we what go off emotions.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Oh, don't let us be on the monthlies, boy. That when that lady come in town, oh, that's a whole nother
Oh
ball.
yeah.
So you really have to know how to approach that season of PMSing, right?
Hmm.
Mhm.
Oh, girl, I say kudos to y'all. I'm telling you, but it's such a beautiful thing, though, what you're doing. God has given you the grace to do it, right?
Yeah.
And the ones that's connected with you, he allowed them to be in the past so they can help. Because guess what? You said that you actually had to go off to school to like kind of like learn something.
Mhm.
That's what it's about. We have to understand too, school is not for everybody. Like
Right.
college is not for everybody, right?
Right.
Hmm.
So you don't just like you don't want to push the Bible on people, you don't want to push that on them as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we like to make the decision for our children. Like, oh no, you ain't going to that school. Like, and my
Mhm.
son, he's 36 years old, and he still hold that against me right now today. Well, you let Alan go to that school. You didn't. Hey, look, I had to learn. You were my first. I
Mhm.
had to learn. But that's the thing, though. You want to
Mhm.
make sure that you're allowing them to make choices for themselves. You see what I'm saying? And not
Mhm.
that you're blessed day superstar, blessed day, not making sure like you overbearing them, like you don't trust what their decisions
Mhm.
that they make. Because I'm telling you, don't, I know I get that, and my kids that you don't trust it. Didn't you know? Don't you know, Ma, you raised us well, so you need to trust us in our decision making. And that's even as an adult, coach. So I can only imagine.
Yeah, that I've experienced that as well with some of my girls, the ones who have the stronger personalities. Um, and I kind of went back to your original question before, when one seems to be the mean girl,
Yeah.
because those tends to be the ones that push back a little. Why you allow her to do that and not me? Because I know your personality. Or and then it goes back to our other conversation when I was teaching in the classroom. There was this one kid, he would go to sleep, and they would say, why you let him sleep in class but you won't let me? But the other kids did not know. I would have a conversation with him after class. He had to take care of 10 of his siblings when he went home, so he could not sleep at home. So what I had to do was give him that extra time to do his test a different day. Give him that extra time. I had to work with him. I had to meet him where he was. But if I was that teacher that say, "Wake up, don't go to sleep," and now you're gonna have in school suspension or write him up, it could have went the wrong way. And he's really trying. But but you have to have that conversation and approach it the right way, the correct way, and not embarrass him at the same time. So
Mhm.
I just pulled him to the side after class. We checked in daily. He brought the homework. He did the work. He was tired.
Yeah.
Wow. Have you ever experienced something like that, Sissy?
No, what I dealt with was a student saying that I just want to be normal. Just treat me just like I'm normal. I
Mm.
can do it. But my mom doesn't think that I can do it and I can do it. She just needs to leave me alone. So that's what I was going to ask. Coach, how would you handle that approach with the parent?
It depends, because if the child's saying, "I know I can do it, I can do it," and they are displaying it, where you can show the parent, like, "Hey, can you come in for a parent conference? I've seen her grades or his grades escalate. I see the improvement. I can see the growth. I can see where they can grow and be better." Or if they've written essay or something of that sort, just to show the parent, this is what's happening, this is what's going on. Um, and it depends if the child's okay with me disclosing your
No,
the child's not okay. Okay, so the
no.
child's not okay with
I'm his
disclosing.
safe space.
Okay, safe place. So I would say I would encourage that parent to have the conversation with the child. And sometimes the parents, they're not there to have the conversation. Mentally, they're not there to have that conversation. I would just spark that thought. I try to put the thought in their head, because it may not even cross their mind to ever ask
So
or to
what
have a
happens?
conversation.
What happens when that kid is speaking to the safe space and telling the safe space, like, I just want you to treat me like I'm normal? You know what I'm saying? This has nothing to do with it. He's saying yes, or she's saying, I wish, because my mom don't think I can.
Mhm.
But how would you as a person make him feel safe with you? Because he said, like, treat him like treat me like I'm normal.
Hmm.
I would encourage him to keep that thought, to be honest, to motivate yourself, or for him to keep motivating himself, to keep saying those positive things, that I can do it, that
Hmm.
I'm capable to do this. Because the mind is a powerful thing. The moment that you
Yeah.
discourage him as well as the parent, that can alter that motivation. And that can change probably his future, the route that he takes, especially if it's a male, because males can tend to get caught up in things very easily in that transitional stage.
Wow.
So I would encourage that child to keep that momentum, to keep that thought, keep saying you can do it,
Mhm.
even if it's a struggle. Keep
Yeah.
saying you can do it and have that encouragement.
It's hard because I'm a boy mom. and, he, and he's a boy, so his issue is not with me per se, it's with his mom. So
Mhm.
now I'm trying to give him advice from a mom's point of view, and
Mhm.
he's just not having it.
They
He,
don't.
he's not having it. Very smart, and very, very, very smart. But I, I
Hmm.
I'm I need a breakthrough with him so that
Mhm.
he can be more so on the same page as his mom and don't just go off all the time
Yeah.
at home.
Boy mom checking in. We boy moms here, Labrena. But see, Sissy, what happens? Okay, see, you giving him motherly advice, right?
I'm giving it to him on both ends. See, I'm
Okay, but
his safe space, so I just let him talk because his issue is mainly lot in school.
Mhm.
right.
It's with the mom not letting him be.
Right, exactly. So what I'm saying is, if you coming from him from a mom's perspective, of course he's gonna shut you out. Because guess what? His own mom is doing it. Maybe try coming like, try to win him over like you're his friend, or what? Give another label. I don't
I
know.
give auntie. I tell my girls I'm auntie. Look
Yeah,
at me like auntie. Because
right.
if they look at me like mom, they gonna shut. I'm pretty sure they'll shut me down
Shut
too.
down.
Well, what he tells me is this: you are my teacher. You are my safe space. You are Miss Bowie Pyramid. And then he goes to tell me everything about my son. Then he goes to tell me about this person and that person. So to tell him that auntie or something, he's not going because he's autistic.
Okay, well, say safe
Mm.
space, because he said you were my safe space,
Mm-hmm.
right? Say,
Mm-hmm.
say, but use that. Say, because if you come, like I can see, like if you coming from a mother's perspective, he gonna be like, I don't want to hear that, because guess what? His own mom is not believing in whatever he's trying to, show her. So by you coming from, yeah, try to come from, I'm your safe space, or something like that. I don't know, but I just know that these kids, and they need a safe space. They need an
Mm-hmm.
outlet.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and we all know too, so our kids can go and speak with other people better than they can come speak with us. Because why?
Mm-hmm.
You said it in the beginning, some of us are not approachable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's just it. We're just not approachable. And the thing is, well, if I do go say, oh, I do go try and tell them this, are they gonna be mad? I don't
Mhm.
know. It's hard. So I'm telling you, coach, this is amazing. Her movement is much needed. We have Miss Betty on here, and Miss Betty came to me months and months ago about she used to drive a bus, and
Mhm.
she drove a bus with I think it was middle school kids at that time, middle or high school, one of them. And she came to me. She was like, you know what, Miss Erica? She was like, let's get these kids on here to talk, because some of the times people do not like to listen to them. And she
Mhm.
also share how they come and they just really pour their hearts out, and she listens.
Yeah.
When they have somebody to listen to them, they feel heard. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to come and talk more, because when stuff is bottled in, pressure bust pipes, right?
Yes. Yes.
So at the end of the day, when they do explode, they're gonna be looked at like, oh my God, you know, she doing it or he doing it again or whatever it may be. But not
Mhm.
like they just trying to be heard. They're trying to get some type of attention to tell you something,
Right.
and you just, kind of brush them off. But
Mm-hmm.
again, Sissy, I love that you have your safe space with your kids as well, because it's needed. It's definitely needed. So we're definitely going to be rooting for you, Coach. And we're right here at 6:58, y'all. And I did have another question, but we'll bring you back, Coach, because this is awesome. I'm telling you, this is
Mhm.
much needed. She has a gala, guys, coming up in November 2nd. November
Yes.
2nd in Orlando. It is the single parents. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
single parents gala. You do not want to miss it. It is $75, guys. $75. You'll get an art gallery. You'll get a dinner, a plated dinner.
Yes.
You get a plated dinner. You get the drink that come with the plated dinner, correct?
Yes.
And then you'll get a good time. You also will get a fashion show, y'all.
That's
Yes.
So
right.
Yes.
who's gonna be walking the runway? She might get your girl to come and walk the runway. I'm telling you, please do support this young woman. She's doing a phenomenal job with these young ladies. She said it's worldwide, y'all. And that's what it's about. We got women all over the world.
Yes.
We know who rules the world.
Girls.
Come on, you supposed to help us out. My pussy child right on in.
Girls, girls.
That's right.
All right.
That's
So, Sissy,
right.
if you have any questions that you would like to ask Coach really quick before we give our last words of
No,
encouragement.
I think the show was really great. And
It
thank you for being
was.
a part of the show and providing us with good information. And
Yes.
Thank
keep
you all
on
for
what you're
having
doing.
me. It's been a pleasure. I love the conversation.
Oh my God. Thanks for coming and accepting the invitation. But what I want you to do now, I want you to speak to a parent that's out there. Even it may be a young girl that may need your services. Offer them some words of encouragement. How would you reel them in into your program?
I would say do not be afraid to reach out, meaning don't be afraid to ask for help. When you see or you sense the time is now to seek help or get that extra help, I'm not saying that anything is wrong, but you may just need that extra support.
Yeah.
Reach
Mhm.
out, and we are here, whether it's for a conversation, whether you do want to become a member. We're here for support. That's what her movement is all about.
Mm. And not just a member, guys. She's even looking for mentors.
Yes.
Mhm.
So she's looking for mentors as well. Just make sure you certified. Is there a certification that you have to have?
No, we just ask for a resume, and that's how we seek is you are you a good fit, or what is it? Because maybe you can volunteer behind the scenes. Maybe you don't have to
Mhm.
be a mentor.
Mm.
Wow.
And if you are a young girl that have aged out of the program and under the sound of our voice, you definitely can reach back in and pay it forward to the
Mhm.
her movement. Or if her didn't pour into you, or someone else may have poured into you,
Mhm.
you can also reach out to Miss Brina, Coach Brina at Coach Coleman. Let me get it right, Coach Coleman, and get involved as well, because again, these are our future leaders, and it's not just for girls. Yes, it
Yeah.
says her movement, but what is the acronym for?
Healing every repression.
All right, guys, you heard it here at It Had to Happen. We didn't get your social media handles. Kay, could you put her social medias in the comment section? But tell us, what are your social media handles?
On social media, we are her movement point zero on Instagram, and on Facebook, we are her movement. And in case you forget those two, go on the website and you can find all of our social media handles at
Girl, I got you.
hermovement63.org. There we go.
Right, you see it
Wow.
here, www.hermovement63.org. You can find out all information there. You can
Yes.
sign up as a volunteer, be a donor, whatever. And listen, there are 501c3 holders, so it is a tax-free donation.
Yes.
Even
Yes.
if it's in kind, guys. See, that's what we don't understand either. It's not just monetary. These young women
Mhm.
may need some personals.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Like you say, you have some seniors, whatever it is. Just know that even if it's not monetary, you can do in kind. That is
Yeah.
also a tax write-off, y'all.
Correct.
Did not know. However, she's legit, y'all. So into
Yeah.
her movement. I
Yes.
love to see women doing their thing. I had a young girl on here the other night. She literally blew my mind. Strong, 32 years old with 9 children.
Mm-hmm.
but doing the darn thing. She says, "Be you, black girl." That's what her movement is. Be you, black
Okay.
girl. And she's a young girl on fire. I'm talking about on fire for God.
Mm.
And when Kay found her as well, and they brought her in, and I'm listening to this young girl. I'm like, whoa! But she didn't have the 9 kids. She's married. I think she had 4 or 5,
Mhm.
and the husband brought in more.
That's
However,
still a lot.
this girl hands is in so much. So
Right.
I love it to
Mhm.
see what our young women is doing. Listen, I already told y'all who rule the world. Let's go ahead and send them out some virtual hugs around here. Virtual
Right?
and some virtual love. I'm gonna give you some hearts, Coach. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love you guys here, and it had to happen. We cannot do this without you, and you. Guys, come on over and follow the Mothers of Motivated Sons movement, y'all. We got us a little movement going on too.
That's right.
You know what? You need to get in let me stop. Hold on, because if somebody tell me what I need to do, they will lose me. We would like to invite you to our amazing event in Duval, September 14th. It is called Tailgate and Tea Time. It is a charity event. We're going to have a time of our lives. We want to see you.
Mhm.
Okay, I have to get that information.
And bring sister with you. I saw sister in the comment section. Bring
Yes.
sister with you. Yeah, I'm sure. I'll tell you something. Bring your Sunday's best honey, because it is a very formal event, all black, and
Okay.
I'm telling you, you're gonna go back. Oh, Mothers Are Motivated Sons. They did the thing. Watch. I'm telling you, don't want to miss. Coach,
Yep.
Okay. We
you don't
will
wanna miss.
definitely get that.
See, look, don't think Terry didn't think to invite her. What? Kay, sleeping around here.
She was too excited. She forgot. I got you, Kay. I got you, Kay.
There you go. Listen, all right. Guys, back here tomorrow for Girls Talk Tuesday with Dr. B. And that is our prayer broadcast. And tomorrow's topic is, I don't have it on the top of my head, but let me tell y'all something. When Dr. B takes off, and matter of fact, he has an office in Clewiston. He has an office in Clewiston. So, but when
Wow.
Dr. B take off and he come back on fire. And that is tomorrow at 6:30. We moved that to 6:30. So he could be on. He is a surgeon. And he get off work and he come onto the program to pour into the people. So that is Tuesday at 6:30. And then Wednesday, I will have, guess what I'll have? Building healthy communities with Coach Ryan Montgomery. Oh my God. So this ties all into each other. So that's Wednesday at 6. And then Thursday, I Am My Mother's Keeper, Tatiana George. Her mother is doing a 17-year prison system. Sentence, I'm sorry. And I will have her here Thursday at 6 p.m. She's 25 though. Yeah, she's 25. But if I know of some young girls, I'm definitely sending them your way. And ask God to give you more grace, honey. Because dealing with young women is a lot.
Yes.
But God bless you, daughter. Continue to
Thank you.
walk continue to walk boldly before God. And I'm telling you, you haven't seen anything yet. It's just what you're doing is much needed. God's hands is all in it, and it has to expand even more.
Thank you.
So September 14th, we'll get to meet her in person. Sissy, how about that?
Yes, ma'am. Looking forward to it.
Yes. Yes.
Don't make me put an APB out on you, girl.
No. Keisha got me. Keisha will remind me.
Okay, sure we will. So God bless each and every one of you. Until next time, guys, be blessed. Meet me back here tomorrow at 6:30. Again, guys, we love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.